Hello, Geeks and Gamers. Matt Lemke here with Free Gamer Goggles. We're at the Privateer Press booth at Origin. It's not in. I guess it is in. But anyway,
inside.
I'm with JR, and we're going to talk about the new edition of the rules and a few other things like the new meta, which could be exciting and maybe discouraging to some of you that think you have everything figured out. So anyway, with the new edition, I mean, I hear there's a slew of changes, and this is already available. But for those of you that don't know, what are the fundamental changes to the new edition?
So yeah, we dropped rules 4 days ago, Saturday at Lock and Load, and a couple of the big ones are primarily focused on the point system. So our point system used to be a bit more streamlined. From Mark 1 to Mark 2, we reduced the point system a lot. From 2 to the new edition, we really wanted to make sure that we got a bit more granularity. So that way a solo who is 4 points versus a solo who is 4 points, that didn't quite jive right. So in the new edition, one of those might be 8 points, one might be 6 points. It just gives a little bit more leeway, whereas in Mark 2, if one was 3 points and one was 4 points, it just felt a lot larger. So the whole point system has been redone. Above and beyond that, Warjack points. It's Warmachine. We want people playing with giant stomping robots. We want giant beasts roaming around the battlefield, smashing into each other. So each of the casters and warlocks actually had an increase in Warjack points. So that way you can have a much larger battle group. And above and beyond that, an additional rule is our power-up system. So at the start of your turn, before you allocate any focus, every Warjack in your battle group, in your control range, gets a free focus point. So now your casters are looking at having quite a few Warjacks that all get a free focus point if they're not out allocated, so they're able to hold more focus.
And the ones that used to get their own focus, still get their own focus?
A number of them still do, some don't. There's been a number of changes. We actually looked at every single model and went back to the drawing board. If it worked great, we kept a lot of rules there. If it needed some adjustments, we definitely tweaked and adjusted it to bring it more in line.
That is really, that speeds up play too, really. You might think that because there's another upkeep step, it speeds it down, but now you don't have the problem of, oh, I'm maybe not going to be able to activate this guy this turn because I don't have enough focus. Every model's moving every turn or acting every turn. That's really good.
Well, in Butcher 1, with a host of jacks, now that he no longer has to just hold on to that focus and hoard it, and maybe spin it out there, he can keep everything to himself and just go to town. There's a lot of casters that gaining suddenly an extra 3 to 7 focus a turn is phenomenal.
Wow, totally new battle groups. Every new battle, everyone's
9 new battle groups, 9 new casters and warlocks. So each battle group has a brand new caster or warlock, unique to that box that's never been seen before. And all the battle groups have actually been rebalanced to make sure that they work well with each other.
Oh, so you can have battle group tournaments.
Battle group tournaments, and even when you've got new players getting in, you know, with Mark II, there were definitely some battle groups that were a little bit stronger than others. So with these, we want to make sure that anybody who picks up a battle group, their buddy can pick up a battle group and they can go to town right then and there, rather than having to go, well, you probably need to get this model, and I should get that model, and then we'll balance out. Everything's balanced across the board for the battle groups.
Okay, metagame. How has, well, at this point, probably lack of metagame affected?
What's been really interesting, so Saturday night we dropped the rules. The next day we had a staff tournament at Lock and Load. We had staff playing with people, and it was fascinating to see what people came up with. Right off the bat, just because of power up, we saw a lot more jacks. Now Hordes, on the flip side of that, Hordes always had a really strong start game, but in the later games, since they had a lot of beasts that had indeed passed on, they weren't able to get as much fury back. They now have a new rule called Spirit Bond. So for every beast that's not a lesser, who is indeed in your battle group and out, you now get enough fury for that. So that way at the end of the game, you've lost a couple of beasts, you're still able to get that fury and stay in the game. So we saw more beasts brought because if they die, you weren't losing that huge pool of fury that you were able to draw from.
It's a great bond too. Is there any possible way that maybe you'll be able to resurrect them later on?
I don't want to limit any of our design space. I definitely won't say no. There's absolutely no way, but there definitely is that room to be able to bring pieces back and then have them just reincorporated into your battle.
So I kind of don't know where to go with that. But in well, way back in the day, it used to be if you didn't know the metagame, you just pretty much lost, unless you were playing a beer and pretzels game.
Right.
Which is rare for the longest time. I kind of thought the game belonged for me. I played Magic. I didn't need another metagame game. And then in Mark II, you guys cleaned that up a lot. Do you feel you cleaned that up a lot more in the new edition?
So with Mark II, there was a really heavy focus on our competitive features. And don't get me wrong, we love our competitive players. We just had our Iron Gauntlet Championship, and we saw some of the most intense top-level play that we've ever seen. But there's a huge arena of casual players who are playing in their kitchen, in their buddy's basement, at their local gaming store. And we want to make sure that those players are supported as well. So when we went through and looked at every model, that rebalancing, we wanted to make sure that every model stood a chance to see play. So when you look at your collection, it's no longer trenchers, man, they really don't fit the meta. Now it's which army do I want to play, not which army is everybody else playing. So everything works well.
So you kind of level the playing field.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Well, so what kind of events are you running here? You're doing any demos anywhere?
So here we have an open play area. We've got maps, we've got terrain. We have our organized play development, Will Hungerford, and our quartermaster, James Arbuthnot, over there helping run things. We're doing demos over there. We have a couple of different tournaments running over there, as well as we actually have a hobby area. One of our studio painters, Alex Kemp, he's over there actually painting the Hammerfell Siege Crawl, which isn't even out yet, showing people kind of how he's doing it.
Get pictures.
I would recommend it. It's awesome.
I love the big models, all the Colossus and all the beasts.
Yep.
I really do. I've got a few at home. Like I said, I hardly get to play. They're just sitting on a shelf with my painting. So, yeah, you know, maybe someday.
I think we all have models sitting on our shelf. They're like, oh, I've got the perfect paint scheme for that lazy Sunday, and that lazy Sunday just never happens.
No, I've got 3 kids that do all my base coating now.
To actually help with that, all of our new battle groups are shot in colored plastic. So that way when you put your battle groups together, it's no longer your gray metal dudes versus my gray metal dudes. It's my dark green pricks versus your bright red kid.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very cool, actually. I think it's cool. A lot of hardcore hobbyists play that.
Well, hardcore hobbyists, to test it, we made sure as soon as it came in, so Crix actually has the darkest green. We sprayed it with our P3 white primer just to make sure one coat covers just fine. So they'll be able to paint it, no muss, no fuss. This was more just to make sure, so like the local game stores that are doing demos, we wanted something that was still eye-catching on the table. So when your customers are walking by, we want them to be able to see it and go, wow, that looks awesome, I want to play that.
That's really good. So, what about Gen Con? What kind of tournaments are you going to be running there?
So we have Iron Arena there. We're definitely going to be running some steamrollers. I believe that we are doing a Masters there as well. We're still hammering out some of the final details on there. There was some goofiness between Gen Con and us with Iron Arena right off the bat. I'm fairly new to the position, so I'm still hammering out some of the finer points on that. We definitely will have Iron Arena there.
I think that's it. Unless you have anything that you feel you want to add.
I would say about the only thing I would add is if you've never tried us, now's a great time to try. The rules have been reset. It's a great time to get in. We've actually seen a lot of our Mark I players who might have drifted away a bit, coming back in.
Actually, we've got about 5 coming back again. So.
I would say even at Origins, you've got to lock them up. They're like, I've played for years, kind of drifted away. What's in it for me? And a lot of them are coming back in.
Look at that, definitely coming back in. Look at this guy's getting every star. He's getting every battle group right now.
They went up on my Facebook page. I got a call. Signar and Crix, you didn't get the pre-order because they were sold out at the store.
We've got Ninja Shoppers showing up, picking up. This is great. Welcome back. Let's say Signar Crix, and yesterday you had Kador and
Kador and Trolls are mine.
Kador and Trolls are yours.
These are my friend, husband, and wife duo.
Nice.
He's gonna play because he's in, another one of our friends is in. Now we got 5, and that's just our.
You guys almost have enough for a journeyman.
Yeah. Yeah. We're almost out on our own. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome. But, all right, thanks, JR.
Definitely. Good to talk to you.
And I will most likely see you at Gen Con.
You will definitely see me at Gen Con as you're running around.
Well, I'm going to try and schedule it with somebody.
We'll make it happen.
Yep. All right, thank you. Thank you guys for watching.